Hey gorgeous, this is episode number 221. You are listening to Heart Sells Podcast. I'm your host Christine Schlonsky and this is another Variety Friday. I am so super pumped you're here. And Variety Fridays is the day where I share some of my knowledge, where I share amazing resources, where I might introduce a special guest, like anything I can think of that supports you on your sales journey, and where I also answer your questions. So if you want to send in a question for Variety Friday, please do that at info@christineschlonsky.com. That goes right into my inbox, and then I can see what you need to have answered, and I can create an episode to answer your question. So today I want to dive into the customer journey. And I think it's such an important piece to understand where you meet your customer, how that customer journey works out from like even before the first contact, to getting people into your funnel, to having conversations, to actually having them work with you. And this is like a beautiful journey you can map out. And I think right now it's more important than ever because there's so many people who need your support right now with everything that is going on into the world. And therefore it's really, really important that you step up. Because when you step up and give your gifts to the world, you will create that magic, not just for your potential client, but for you too. And even though we are in challenging times, there is a lot of opportunity. And in the Chinese language, crisis actually means danger plus opportunity. So now you have the choice. Are you going to wait or are you going to step up? When you create your customer journey, put yourself into the shoes of your customers. Think where are they going to meet you? How are they going to meet you? How will you make them feel? Which is so much more important than what are the most prettiest words you're going to use. How are you making them feel? Because people remember how we make them feel. People remember if you are the one empowering them, if you are the one bringing beauty and excitement and inspiration and motivation, they will remember how you made them feel. So make sure that when you map out your customer journey, you really think of these emotions that you want your customer to feel. So there are 4 steps that you can take. Step number 1 is cultivate. Step number 2 is capture. Number 3 is convert. And number 4 is close. So when we have an interaction with our clients, it even starts before we say hello via message or via a phone call. It really starts before that. What are you putting out that you kind of cultivate your buyers, that you make sure that the right buyers are drawn in, that they feel when you say something or you write something or you are a guest on podcasts or on virtual summits, that they hear you and they think, wow, how can I get that? How can I connect with this person? How can I learn more? This is how you cultivate, right? And you can do that in a passive way. That is basically when you put your message out, but you are not the one actually handling on how that interaction will go, who will see it, right? Right now on a podcast, I don't really know who is listening in, what country are those people in, what stage in their life they are in, what stage in their businesses. So that's actually passive. I'm creating something in the hope, so to speak, and with the right marketing, obviously it's going to be a little bit targeted, but with the hope that the right people will listen and they will connect. So when you are interviewed or you have a guest blog somewhere, you really are not being active. It's more passive in the way you connect. Being active means reaching out to certain people, to specific people on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, like on all the platforms, via email. So you reach out to someone who is not yet familiar with you. And that is the active way. So, like the way you message them really is important. How do you message them? What are you saying? What are you giving? How do you connect? That is all part of cultivate. You cultivate that environment. You cultivate your clients to really get the idea of who you are, what you can do. So you kind of get their interest and that feeling of, whoa, this is so cool. I want to know more. Like, this person already made me feel good. This blog post already inspired me. Oh, this is something I want to watch. I want to listen to. And then people really engage with you before you maybe even have the first verbal interaction. So then the second step is capture. And capture is a question, like especially for the passive cultivation, so to speak. How can you make sure that people are registering with you so that you actually know who is listening, right? When I ask you at the end of each episode to subscribe to the empowerment notes, that also means you are subscribing into my system. So now I can give you updates on Hard Sell Podcast. I can share amazing advice. I can give you some tips. And also I can make some invitations to whatever is coming up. And then you can decide if you want to know more, if you want to engage, or if you want to stay passive. But here, when you are on the empowerment notes on my email list, then I have the opportunity to engage and you decide, do you want it active or passive, right? But we already moved from passive, now you are in a system. And with that system, it's my job to nurture the relationship. It's my job to give you content, and it's also my job to invite you to work with me. If you are my soulmate client, you need what I have to offer. So think about it. Who are your soulmate clients? Who are your ideal clients, your dream clients? Who do you want to work with? And what is this journey are going to look like? Where do you cultivate them? Like, how is your page set up? How is your social media set up? What are you sharing? How are you getting people into your world by capturing not just their interests, but also their email addresses so that you can actually start to nurture that relationship and you have the permission to make invitations and special offers. So now the client, your soulmate client, is kind of warming up, right? You cultivated them, they're in your system, they're reading your emails, they're listening to your podcast or your show on a regular basis, or they're kind of following you around on different social media platforms. So now is the question, how do you convert? And convert actually means like really having that sales conversation where you do get a yes or a no. If it's a yes, obviously it's called closing. That's the fourth step. And then you take it to a new level of that client journey of what it actually looks like working with you and how that process is mapped out. But convert in this sense, I want to talk about the mindset. So again, how often do you make an offer? Are you afraid to be in people's faces? Are you afraid that you might be sending too many emails? Are you afraid that you are too loud? Or maybe you're afraid you're not showing up often enough. So map out the process for your soulmate client, for your ideal prospect. What does it look like? Well, I would guess, and that's something I had to learn, is people love hearing from me. First of all, not all of the people are reading all of my emails all of the time. So people are skipping emails. I skip emails. Even though I'm on some email lists where I love the people and I adore the people and I love reading their stuff, sometimes you just don't have the time or it's not a priority at this moment, but you still see their emails coming in. So what this does, it's putting you on top of mind. And this really helps them when they have a challenge that's coming up to also think of you first. So if you only are sending an email like once a month, you really need to rethink that. You need to at least send an email once a week. I would highly encourage you to do that, to commit, to figure out a great process. It doesn't need to be a long email, but at least engage with your people once a week. They are on your list because they already love you or they want to know more. Otherwise, they would not have signed up. So don't be shy about it. And that's something I had to really overcome, that I can email so much more often. Sometimes I email 3, 4, 5 weeks a week, emails a week. Sometimes it's 1 email a week, but it's still at least I show up 1 time a week. And if I have to say some more, then I will email more. Or if I have something going on, like a special offer or an amazing summit or something I need to share, well, I will just share because I trust that the right people will read my email at the right time. So you can go into that trust as well, and you can really shift your mindset around being too much, right? The right people will understand, and your ideal / soulmate client will really love hearing from you. And then the last part is closing. And closing actually means how many people say yes to what you have to offer. So really map that out. How is a conversation with you going to look like? How will you set it up? What needs to be in the conversation so your client has all the information they need to sign up with you? What else do you need to include that you might not even be thinking about, like great questions? How can you move the needle for them? How can you give value in that conversation that they, if they are your soulmate client, say, well, that's a no-brainer. I'm going to buy from you. I want to start right now. Let's get started, right? You want that excitement and that anticipation because they know working with you is going to make a change in their life. It's going to help them transform. It's going to help them to go where they want to go. So I hope that client journey was helpful for you. Let me know if you have any questions. Always reach out to info@christineschlonski.com. And also, if you're not part of the Empowerment Notes yet, that is my newsletter. That is where I give you the updates on Hard Sells Podcast, special invites, things I usually don't talk about on social media. Just something special for you, because then you are part of my tribe, because I know you want to give to the world. You want to unleash your gifts. You want to sell from your heart. So you want to become the heart seller. And I would love to have you as a part once you are signing up for the Empowerment Notes. That will be empowerment right into your inbox. And to also empower you, I partnered up with 3 amazing entrepreneurs. It's Jeff Hunter, and then Amanda Dake and TJ Thomas, and myself. So the 4 of us will actually teach the whole system, the cultivate, capture, convert, and close, so that you can take it to the next level. So hop on over to christineschlonski.com/evolve and sell. If you are listening to this, the workshop is live online on April 30th. So you have a couple more days to sign up. There's a special early bird offer going on right now. So you want to make sure that you're getting the early bird, and then you get the knowledge from us a whole day, really going deep into each and every segment of cultivate, capture, convert, and close, so you can have actionable steps, a system that makes it easier for you to sell, to make a massive difference into people's lives right now, no matter where you are on your journey or what the economy looks like. Jeff is going to teach you his 9 proven steps to optimize your profile to convert leads into prospects. And Amanda, she is basically the queen of funnels, is going to give you the 7 ingredients you need to create your ultimate automated lead generation systems, then the importance of high value, and then the best automation tools you can have. I'm going to teach all about the mindset, the sales success mindset, and then TJ is going to teach about the psychology of getting people to say yes, and he's showing you his unselling client conversion process, and that's just so awesome. I can't wait myself to listen to the other speakers and to learn from them. And just that you have an idea, together we have over 50 years of sales success. We closed over $500 million in revenue. And some of those speakers have worked with names in the industry like Grant Cardone, Devin Michaels, Ryan Lee. So you're going to be blown away by this really intense workshop that you get with us on April 30th. So hop on over to evolveandsell.com or christineschlonsky.com/evolveandsell. And I would be so honored to have you there. Please make sure when you're there, you say hello and you just drop in the comments, Hard Sales Podcast, so I know that you have listened here and then you came to the workshop, and we're gonna make a huge difference together and create some magic. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for listening to Hard Sales Podcast. Have a wonderful day wherever you are in this beautiful world. And I'm saying bye for now.